Alright, travelers, big news today. The Genshin Impact 6.0 livestream just wrapped up, and if you haven't been paying attention, you might be missing one of the most generous updates Hoyoverse has ever handed out. I'm not exaggerating when I say this. We're looking at well over 100 free pulls, anniversary bonuses stacked on top, and some new systems that really change the way Primo Gems add up this patch. So in this video, I'm breaking down everything you need to know. Where the gems are coming from, exactly how many free pulls you'll walk away with whether you're free to play or a light spender, and how this stacks up against previous major updates. And of course, I'll throw in some personal commentary on why I think Hoyoverse went so big this time. First off, let's talk about what everyone wants to know. How many free pulls are we actually getting? The livestream teased the banners, but what people really care about is whether they'll have enough to grab their favorite characters. So let's dig into the numbers. Every new region in Genshin has always been a Primo Gem fountain, and Nodcry is no different. Just by playing through the Archon quests and side story chapters, you're looking at about 710 Primo Gems plus 2 free pulls. Now, sometimes Hoyoverse converts those extra pulls into flat gems instead, so depending on how it shakes out, that could be closer to 320 Primos instead of the extra fates. Either way, that's guaranteed. And if you add in all the little side quests sprinkled around the map, that's another 500 Primo Gems. So yeah, just by following the main storyline, something most of us were going to do anyway, you're already racking up a good pile of gems. But let's be honest, the real gold mine in every big expansion is exploration. Think back to when Fontaine dropped. It felt endless, with treasure chests hidden around every corner, puzzles tucked into caves, and the offering system slowly drip-feeding you primos as you leveled it up. Nodcry is following that exact tradition. From exploration alone, you're looking at a massive 2,630 Primo Gems. Then there's the new offering system, which adds another 1,250 Primo Gems just for collecting regional materials and turning them in. And don't forget about achievements, exploration challenges, and combat achievements combined will throw another 380 Primos your way. So between chests, puzzles, and achievements, simply walking around the world can net you thousands of gems. It's one of those things where you don't even realize how fast it stacks until you check your total. Fontaine had the Fountain of Lucine, and by the time you were done exploring, you had way more than you expected. Nodcry is about to give players that same feeling. Now let's move on to the standard rewards we get every patch. First up, livestream codes. As usual, we got 3 codes worth 100 Primo Gems each, so that's a clean 300 right away. Then, when the servers go down for maintenance, we get 300 Primo Gems as compensation, plus another 300 for bug fixes. That's 600 more gems, just for waiting around while the patch installs. If you've been around for even a few updates, this is just second nature at this point. Log in on patch day, check your mail, claim your freebies. And before we dive into the event rewards and anniversary goodies, let me give a quick shout out to today's sponsor, lootbar.gg. Save up to 25% on the current banners at lootbar.gg. Right now, Lootbar has a special limited pack of 6,480 Genesis crystals for only $72 compared to $100 in-game. That's a $28 saving. I just entered my UID and selected my server. In less than 5 minutes, the gems appeared in my account. As you can see, I received double the amount for my first purchase. Just like with in-game top-ups beyond Genshin, you can also top up in Hongai Star Rail. Lootbar has over 100,000 satisfied users and also supports PS5 and Xbox top-ups. New users can get an extra 10% discount from the link in the description. Alright, now let's get back into the patch breakdown, because this is where things get wild. Events have always been one of the biggest sources of Primos, and 6.0 is stacked. The main event alone is dropping 990 Primo Gems, while 2 smaller events are each giving out 420. That's pretty consistent with past patches, where the flagship event hovers around 1,000 Primos, and the side events hit somewhere in the 400s. But here's where 6.0 pulls ahead, the 5th anniversary rewards. Hoyoverse is giving every player a massive 1,600 Primo Gems plus 10 intertwined fates. Depending on how they distribute it, those fates could also come as flat Primos. But either way, it's a huge payout. And honestly, this is one of the biggest single-time rewards we've ever had. Think back to the 2nd anniversary. We only got 10 pulls and some random resources. Even the third anniversary had people arguing over whether the rewards were generous enough. But this year, Hoyoverse clearly wanted to make a statement. Nodcry's debut plus the 5th anniversary is a combo they really wanted to celebrate. Now, let's talk about the steady backbone of every patch: permanent content. Daily commissions over the 42 days of this patch add up to 2,520 Primogems. That's the same drip feed of 60 Primos per day we've had since launch. It feels tiny day to day, but across 6 weeks, it adds up. Paimon's bargain shop also resets, letting you grab 5 intertwined fates per month. That's roughly another 800 Primos, or 2 free pulls depending on how you look at it. And then we've got the new systems. The Imaginarium is giving out 1,300 Primos through its challenge floors, while Stygian Onslaught, the new combat mode, adds another 450 Primos. Of course, Spiral Abyss is still the king. Clearing all 12 floors across the 2 resets during this patch nets you 1,600 Primogems. For free-to-play players, Abyss is one of the toughest but most rewarding pieces of content. It's pure skill and roster investment, but the payoff is massive. So what does this all add up to? Let's break it down. Free-to-play players will walk away with about 19,330 Primogems, which equals around 120 pulls. If you're picking up the Welkin Moon, that total jumps to 23,100 Primos, or 144 pulls. And if you're grabbing both Welkin and the Battle Pass, the grand total hits 24,430 Primos, or 152 pulls. Even if you only look at the first half of the patch before October 2nd, you're still sitting at 88 pulls free to play, 100 with Welkin, 103 with both Welkin and BP. That's a ridiculous amount of flexibility. Whether you're aiming for a specific character or just trying to build your roster, this patch gives you more safety nets than we've seen in a long time. So yeah, patch 6.0 isn't just about Nodcry's story or the anniversary celebration. It's about Hoyoverse giving players, whether free-to-play or light spenders, the chance to walk away with characters they've been waiting for. Maybe even 2, depending on your luck. To me, this feels like the most generous patch yet. But I want to hear from you guys. Do you think this is Hoyoverse's best anniversary? Are you dumping all your Primos into the first banner, or saving for later? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. I know strategies are going to be all over the place. And that's going to wrap up this breakdown. If you found it helpful and want more detailed Genshin guides, breakdowns, and updates, make sure to hit that subscribe button. There's a ton of content coming as 6.0 rolls out, and trust me, you don't want to miss it. And remember, you can save up to 25% on current banners at lootbar.gg, links in the description. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you guys in the next one.